Howdy folks, welcome to New Vision Garage. I just picked up this new motorcycle here and I got about 150 miles on it. I figured let's do a real user review instead of all the paid stuff, promotions you see on the interwebs, that are paid to tell you how great the bike is. So this is a 2025 Indian Roadmaster Darkhorse 112 PowerPlus with the audio package. It's my first Indian. My initial thoughts was the motor's kind of ticky, I guess. Sounded very like an exhaust leak almost. But now that I put some miles on it, that seems to be kind of smoothing itself out. Right up front, a couple things that I'm going to do to this is put in a driver's backrest. I think if you had one of those, it'd be way more comfortable on cruising. And the exhaust system on these is way too quiet. It doesn't have no rumble at all. You gotta have a little something. Well, let's get right into it. Plenty of power. Really good throttle response. Has the 3 modes, sport, standard, and rain. ABS, integrated brakes, traction control. It has the rear collision alarm. It has blind spot indicators in the mirror. The cruise control is pretty cool. Just on and off, real easy. The hand controls, I don't know if you've seen the new Harleys because I looked at the Harleys first. I looked at a street glide and I looked at a road glide, and I'm not dissing on the Harleys. They are what they are. But it looks like a jet fighter joystick on the handlebars. I don't know, it would take me a summer probably to figure out what all the buttons are and this way and that way. It's busy. Now maybe for you younger folks that are video game experts maybe that won't have an effect. This is pretty simple. It has just about the same amount of an old, a typical cruiser would have. You have volume for your speaker, turn signals, your cruise, your on and off. And this is equally as busy, but it's on the screen. So it has a touch screen. And if you want to adjust the suspension, you just do it on the screen. If you want to, your navigation is on there. If you have a set of gauges that you would like to see displayed on the dash, you basically drag them over and hold it. And then when you pull up that menu, toggle that menu from the back side of the grip, it will go to that page or that layout. So it didn't take me long to figure out pretty much, within 100 miles of driving it, I pretty much was used to the controls on it, and I was like, yep, that's pretty cool, and you're not staring at it going, well, what's this button again? You kind of just, your fingers just kind of naturally go into it. So that's nice. The adjustable windshield is really nice. I like it low, but when you get out, let's say cruising down a country road and get a little bit of a crosswind, you can raise it up a little bit, and it just takes that air and moves it over the top of your head, so it's not, beating the top of your big dome or fluttering your glasses a little bit. So that's pretty nice with that adjustability. It's supposed to be 126 horsepower, 133 foot-pounds of torque. It moves out pretty good. Long stretches and corners, even tight corners, just kind of lean into it. It really feels good. It's very stable. You set your weight up in the screen, and that adjusts your shocks front and rear. If you're going to have a passenger, you can adjust for that. Even if you're going to put stuff in the touring pack, you can adjust for that as well. The lighting on it, I haven't had it out at night yet. It looks pretty bright during the day. I mean, it's the single headlight with the kind of the halos around it. It does have the driving lights down low, LED turn signals, front and rear. Handlebar placement, I'm usually this guy, but I kind of like where these are. They're lower. I love the color. It's storm gray. You don't see too many bikes this color, so that's kind of nice. This is liquid cooled. Talk about the speakers. This thing is like it's a two-wheel jukebox. I mean, at 60, 70 miles an hour, you can hear it clear as day. The highs, the lows, the bass. I've had many baggers over the years. Put every kit, every combination of speaker, amplifier, or whatever on it, and it's louder than heck when it's sitting still. But not at highway speeds. You get up about 40, 50 miles an hour, you might as well turn it down because you can't hear it anyways. This, you can. I mean, I literally was cranking out the tunes. I could see people in their yards that were out mowing and whatnot. They're like giving me thumbs up and rocking, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Very clear. I don't know if it's the placement, the type of speaker. I don't know what they did with it, but if you're into riding and you like your music, I do, it works. I mean, they really work for a factory system. Wow. I don't know what Harley's got right now, but this thing rocks. It has the Apple Play, and I don't know if it has the Android or whatever, but I know I seen in the menu somewhere that it has the Apple Play. But I hooked the Bluetooth to it, turned my Spotify on. The only disadvantage there is you can't toggle through or at least I don't know if you can or not. I haven't really dug into it that far, but I just had one playlist. It's definitely a jukebox on two wheels. So I trailered this home, and now looking at it, I think I'll set my trailer up more to hit the highway bar and those bars that come out in front of the saddlebags there, and put tie-downs locations in my trailer to hit those two, because the fairing's so low on these that you don't really have a good spot to put it around the fork. And you can't put it around the handlebar because you're going to get right into the fairing with it. So put new mounts in my trailer and tie it down with that. I think that'd probably be the most secure way. You can't really use a wheel chuck too high because of these big Brembo brakes around the front here. It does have all these wind deflectors that you can adjust, keep the air coming in or move it out. Seats get very comfortable. Other than I think it needs a backrest, but very comfortable. I was out for 2-3 hours riding, no fatigue. I didn't feel like I needed to get up and off the bike. The foot placement, it has really wide, long floorboards on it. You can kind of kick your feet out like you would if you had highway pegs. But let me grab this camera. We'll walk around this thing. This is a pretty bike. I'm happy with it so far. We'll see what the next couple 100 miles brings and see what the aftermarket support does and if we can get some parts for it. So some pretty cool features on this thing. It has a fob. Just kind of sit up here in this dash pod. But when you walk away from this and you want to lock it up, you just hit the key fob like you would on your car or truck, whatever. But it locks your saddlebags, the touring, it locks it all for you. So I just unlocked it. Let me lock it now. Let's see here. There it goes. Yeah. So it locks up your saddlebags. It also locks your fuel door. You can't open the fuel door. You unlock it. It's got a, you can see down there, it's got kind of a indicator light down low there. But the saddlebags are nice and deep. You get quite a bit of stuff in there. The touring pack has a light in it. And it also has the 12 volt charger. Yeah. So there's 2 speakers here. And you got your saddlebag speakers and your front fairing speakers. I'll put this back in there. And you can see on these handlebars. So you've got your typical stuff, your lights, horn, pretty standard. Flashers, pretty standard. Your volume and page for your music. And then this one here, I'm not sure what that one does. And then you have a button on the back here on both sides. And then over here you've got your start, power. This is for your cruise. You push it into start and then set, resume. This one here is for your windshield up and down. So it's pretty basic. Shut that off, that whines fuel pump. But you hit OK, and you can hook your cell phone to it. I think maybe that's what this switch is here. Nope. Yes, that toggles up and down on the screen. And then you hit this one and it'll show you navigation. And then you got your gauges here. So I've got the voltage set up plus the temperature gauge, and it gives you miles per gallon. But you can change all this. You can go in there and put whatever you want in there that's available. You can drag it over there. And that just toggles with this here on the back side. And then you can see here it says I've got 142 miles on it. 363 to the first oil change. It has a tailgate warning, blind spot indicator, and here's where you would adjust for your weight. And if you were wanting to put a passenger on it, you just hit it that way, take that off. So it's pretty cool. I would suggest doing all that before you get out and start riding, but you can adjust it on the fly while you're running down the road. Ride command, so you can track your ride distance, and it'll tell you your elevation. That'll be helpful out in the Black Hills. And then over here you have your speedometer, you have your fuel range. Over here you have your tack. It's telling me I'm in neutral. These traction control and ABS lights go off once you start moving, but they come on and start flashing every time you start and stop the bike. Over here is a pretty cool feature. Let me see if I can slide this way. This pretty cool feature here. You can unlock and lock the bags manually, and you can unlock the fuel tank. Once you unlock it, you push that forward and just pop it right up. And then you push her down. These are nice. Pretty deep. You can put quite a bit of stuff in those. The phone charger or cord, USB cord is up here in the front, and this is designed to hold your phone, so you can shove your phone down there and plug it in if you want to. I usually just charge mine up and shove it down in one of those down there. But it does come with passenger floorboards. And again, you can see there how long that floorboard is. It's pretty neat. But pretty nice lighting all over this, LED lighting. It does have a Indian head there, or whatever you want to call that. I don't know exactly what that is, but that front emblem. Let's see what let me turn the lights on here. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, as you can tell, it's pretty bright. I don't know what that... I think this halo comes on when you start driving. It's like a daytime running light. So even if you don't have the light on, it kind of glows. Yeah, and if you leave it sit too long, it'll just, without starting it. Maybe that's the blind spot indicator. All right, they're pretty bright. You'll definitely be seen. At any rate, the seats are pretty comfortable. I think this is for the heat. These two here, so I can turn the heat up here and they can turn the heat up here. I don't know if this part's heated, but this part is. So. Yeah, pretty nice bike so far. I kind of like it. Like I said, we'll see what the next few miles bring on it. What kind of support they have to get some new mufflers on this thing, because it's, like I said, it's terribly quiet. And as I do things to it, I'll make other short videos here. Driver's backrest, I'm definitely getting one of those. So, it's back to this. You got to get back on this. We've got Sick Michigan miles coming up. I've got a few more things to do to this, and it'll be ready. We did not get to go to Test and Tune on July 11th because it rained out. That's kind of a bummer, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it out and put that nitrous through it yet. I did put some new front runners on it. The Mickey Thompson DOT ones that I had on there, I don't know if it was me, probably, but they both had flat spots in them, and it was real hard to balance them. Anyway, so we'll get back on this. I'll do some more videos this week on the Trans Am. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you have a specific question on these new Indians that I didn't cover or didn't mention, just hit me up in the comments and I'll respond or post another video. So until next time, from New Vision Garage, take care.